Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. All right, so this lesson is going to be about this podcast that I have seen. It's been circulating. It's basically like a couple of Jakes sitting around talking about the struggles of the black community. And basically he went on this rant talking about how it don't matter who the Israelites are, and we need not to be concentrating on who the Israelites are and who the Anunnaki are and all this other stuff that he felt like it's just nonsense. And he felt like he basically saying it's a waste of time. Like, why are y'all wasting your time worrying about who the Israelites are when we got bigger issues? You know what I mean? And then there's another Jake who has a page, and his whole page is dedicated to just anything anti-Bible. Everything. And he says a lot of stuff, man. He just anti the whole Bible. You know what I mean? Like, everything is anti-Bible. And I'm just seeing these Jakes, bro. And it made me it really pissed me off. But, just to listen to these niggas, man. But, I get it. It's just the fact that I hear it. So when I hear it, it pisses me off. But I get it. The Lord just don't want these niggas, man. All right? And they feel like they have a better alternative. They got a better way. But there is no better way than Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because that's the only way. And they're going to find that out, man. All right? The scriptures talk about, you'll be judged for every idle word. And one of the niggas is just blasphemous. The other one is just ignorant. The Bible talks about how our people have a zeal for knowledge, or a zeal for the truth, but not according to the knowledge. Now, this one Jake, he basically wants better for his people, but he just ignorant. But that's just how it goes. So, a Jake got to get out that mindset, but it don't matter because this is all for the elect. All right? It's really all for the elect. But this is the way they talk. They talk so down on the scriptures. But it is what it is, man. We know what's supposed to happen. And we know what's going to happen to them. This is Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children." All right? So our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. They just don't have no knowledge of who they are. All right? That's where Isaiah 1:3 comes in, man. They have no idea who they are. All right? This is Isaiah 1:3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider." So they don't even consider who they are. They don't know. They have no understanding. The scriptures call them sottish children. They have no understanding. They don't know. But also the Lord has blocked them. The scriptures talk about how the Lord will choose their delusions. Why? Because the Lord has it out for them, man. All right, the Lord has enemies too, but Jake will just not listen. They hard-headed, they stiff-necked, they are wicked. All right, Jake don't care about being righteous, being honorable. You know, that's not on their radar. You know, they're all about the flesh. They care about the flesh. And then when you tell them the way, they feel like they got a better way. You know, because it's too hard to do the right thing, man. It's just like them old folks, man. They'll say things like, you know, when they hear something where, you know, they'll hear something where somebody's got a problem and they know the solution to the problem, but the person won't do what's right. And then, you know, like my grandma, my aunties will say, well, that's too much like right. You know what I mean? Like, that's too much like doing the right thing. They won't do the right thing. You know? That's too much like doing the right thing, so they won't do the right thing because they're hard-headed. You know? So our people are just hard-headed, man. Hard-headed and stiff-necked, man. All right? This is Proverbs 12:1. It says, whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. So if you hate reproof, you're stupid. That's what it's saying, man. They don't want to be corrected. Our people don't want correction, man. They just want to be right and want to be heard. They just want to be right and heard. That's it. That's all that matters to them. As long as you hear, can you hear me? You know, that's why the scriptures say, keep thy foot when thou come to the house of the Lord. You ever see videos where we have a dispute? Them niggas just want to be heard. That's it. They just want to argue. That's why the scriptures say don't debate. You know? The scriptures say plead thy cause, you know, and the Lord will give you a tongue that no man can gainsay, because we know we're going to have to defend the gospel. But when they talk about debate, like, nigga, we not just going to be out here trying to convince everybody, bro. You know, Jake come up with a question or something, and we, you know, discuss, and, you know, we slice up that stronghold. You know, that's one thing, but, man, we not finna just be out here debating, man. You know, either you get it or you don't get it. You know, we're going to dust off our feet and keep it moving. Other than that, that's just what it is. But Jake is just wicked, man. Jake is just wicked as hell. They got their own platforms just to speak down on the truth. But it's cool. You know, it's like I said earlier, you're going to be judged for every idle word. You'll be judged for everything you've done in your life, whether it be good or bad. All right? So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.